Good morning, students. Today we will start a new topic from the chapter electrolysis, that is electrolytic dissociation or ionization. That means we are going to see how does a compound or an electrolyte dissociates on passing current to it. So we can start with strong electrolyte first. And examples of strong electrolyte can be hydrochloric acid. So when we pass current to it, this hydrochloric acid will ionize into H plus and Cl minus ion. Let us take an example of strong base NaOH. It ionizes to give Na plus and OH minus. Same way for a salt like PbBr2. See, this arrow is important to show whenever you show a dissociation process. So PbBr2 can be dissociated to give lead ion Pb2 plus and plus 2Br minus ion. These ions are the valencies of the atoms. Lead valency is 2, so it is 2 plus. Bromine valency is 1, so it has acquired 1 minus charge. And to balance it, because here you can see 2 bromine is there, so to balance we have given 2 here also. So this is the dissociation process for strong electrolyte. Let us now see how weak electrolytes can be shown. But remember one thing, all these are in the aqueous state. Even this lead bromide should be taken in a molten state. So either in an aqueous solution or in a molten state, only the electrolytes can decompose or dissociate. We will now see examples of weak electrolyte. We can take weak acid like CH3COOH. In the aqueous state, it will ionize and it gives CH3COO minus and H plus, that is acetate ion and hydrogen ion. For weak base like NH4OH, we can take NH4 plus and OH minus. Then for salt like ammonium carbonate, NH4 2CO3, here it can be 2NH4 plus, because you can see NH4, it is 2 in number, so here also 2NH4, and 1 is the charge on ammonium ion plus carbonate ion, CO3 2 minus. And non-electrolytes, as you know, it cannot decompose, cannot ionize, since does not allow the current to flow through it, so we cannot have any ionization or dissociation process for a non-electrolyte. Let us now take few examples of oxidation and reduction on the basis of transfer of ions or gain of electrons or loss of electrons. We can start by taking an example of sodium chloride. On passing current to it decomposes to give Na plus and Cl minus. Of course, we have to take an aqueous solution of NaCl. Now you can see here, since sodium ion is positively charged, that means there is deficiency of one electron. So in this case, it is going to gain one electron. And you know, gaining of electrons is a process of reduction. How will you show? Here the reduction process will be there, where sodium ion will gain one electron and will be converted into a neutral atom of sodium. Now chlorine, you can see chloride ion has got minus charge, which means it has one extra electron in it and which can be transferred. So this loss of electron can be an example of oxidation. Where we can show Cl minus will remove one electron and will be changed into chlorine atom. So here Na plus, as you know, is cation. Chloride ion, which is minus charge, is called anion. This is the process of reduction and oxidation. Let us try to understand that where these ions are going to migrate to when current is passed through it. If you take an electrolytic cell where we carry out an electrolytic process, there will be two electrodes as well. Electrodes are cathode and anode. If I show you, say this is an electrolytic cell with sodium chloride solution in it. This is sodium chloride, which will be dissociated to give Na plus and Cl minus ion. Now there are two electrodes which will be cathode, which has minus, and the other is anode, plus sign. Now if you see carefully, this plus charge will go towards the cathode. So this process of reduction will take place towards the cathode, where Na plus will gain one electron and will be changed into sodium atom, whereas chloride ion Cl minus ion will move towards the anode. That is, oxidation process will be taking place towards the anode, where chlorine will lose one electron and will be changed into a neutral atom of chlorine. This process is called discharging process. We can see some more about the discharging process in details when we reach the main part of this chapter. So I hope it is clear to you. You should practice the process of ionization by taking various salts and try to write the reduction and oxidation process at the cathode and at the anode. Thank you.